coming, where the area's coming from though, because I did notice some when I was basing before. Now they seem to be popping up everywhere though. Now I'm just redoing everything. Even I should be focusing on the areas that I've missed in the past, so I can actually move on to the colors before the end of the screen. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of watering down my paint assignment, so to make sure they stay thin, I really have to like excessively paint. Make sure that paint gets spread out so far that it doesn't clump up. I could get his hand a little bit more. I'm trying to do extra caution to avoid painting over that and his eyes, because for those of you who don't know Skylanders, some of the figures have parts that glow when you put them on the stand, so essentially those are the two areas you don't want to get paint on. Unfortunately, I kind of failed with the eyes a little bit, but I don't think it's anything that's going to harm the final product. Underside of the arm could probably just use another coat just for the heck of it. Yeah, it's not bad, but I feel like if anything's gonna benefit from it a little bit more, it would be the hand. I'm sorry, this tune just reminds me of something. It reminded me of the Venus Lighthouse theme very slightly. But considering the Golden Sunsucker I am, that was just enough to actually get me humming along. Ack. I'm such a... I can't believe it, like... Back when the GBA was new, Golden Sun was actually all the rage, and now it's a novelty. Like, it's not considered mainstream anymore, and people actually might not know what you talk about if you make a Golden Sun reference. Makes me sad, really. I owe so much to that series. Just like a lot of my inspiration, the early comics I made. My essential mascots, which I don't really use too much because I'm not really that corporate. All that was inspired by Golden Sun. actually I'm pretty happy with how I was able to keep my paints fit enough to keep the textures. That's really good. All the wood texture that's already part of the Skylanders, it's really gonna add a nice touch to my custom when it's all done. It's just the way I tend to do my customs. I like to work with the designs on the figure rather than try to incorporate my own. Not to say that I don't do so, because I did it. Of course, the frickin' white's gonna make it impossible to see. But I kind of added antlers and like Abomasnow, and I did the tail and all this stuff in the back, which you can't see because of the light. I guess that side angle kind of makes it a little apparent. Still, a lot of that is just because of my own abilities with customization. I don't feel like I'm the best person to give advice, but if there's any sort of advice I can give, take advantage of what you know. Use it to specialize until you get better with everything else. Like, this is the best way to word my advice, because I don't want... It's always good to expand your horizons. That's how you get better. But don't be like, oh, this sucks. I don't know how to disassemble an amiibo. I can't do anything good. Or, I'm not the best with recording video. I can't do a gaming series. Work with your weaknesses and turn them into strengths. I don't expect to get cheesy, so hopefully that's not too bad. Is it just my imagination, or is it like the original paint of the Skylander starting to seep through my acrylic? That's the only reason I can justify all these red spots that are just popping up everywhere now. And as much as I want to just move on to the real bait and color besides white to it, white is the main focus of this, so I gotta get the white right before I move on to the other color, which honestly will probably take me a couple minutes max. And I'm not sure if I can show it off on the screen well, especially with all the glare, but there is this little area I've noticed. Shoot, I think I lost. There's somewhere between somewhere around the head and the ears though, or something like that. There's an area that's really hard to get into, which of course now I lost. Oh, right here, between the arm and the shoulder. Oh yeah, I can see some of the original paint hiding back there too, and just, I was hoping not to pull out the smaller brush just for some finalizing, because I thought I was just finalizing the base, but to get that little area, I think I'm gonna have to pull out the smaller brush for this. Alright. Here's my small brush. I do got one that's slightly smaller than this, and its age is freaking showing right now. Is I could just take a whole lump of paint, stick it in the spot, and call it a day, but I want to make sure it's that thing I mentioned before of avoiding having clumps by thinning your paints. That's a bit of the downfall when you got such a small area. You can't really get it. I'm having a hard time getting in there in the first place, letting alone making sure you got it thinned out. My little technique is I just dab it around all the different areas I want to get paint on and then thin it out that way, because Otherwise, if I just go for it all at once, it'll sometimes it's just too much paint to manage, and it makes it really hard to either A, thin out before it dries, or B, hard to avoid getting it in places you don't want. Like in this guy's case, his eyes. I know there's acrylic tape, or there's painter's paint. As you see, I got it around the base. However, it's just a lot of times with these really small areas, I can't get my tapes small enough to cover them. And the times I do, I often tear off other painter tape in the process of removing the paint when I'm done. So sometimes I just feel like screw it, I'll just be careful around those areas. And don't get me wrong, I've lived to regret it several times, but I'm still working on finding the best compromise between the two. Oh yeah, I'm getting really close to the eyes now. I should probably shouldn't be doing this and just get the really, really small brush. Can't really pick up too much more of it. Well, while I got the smaller brush, I guess I could double check to see if like the harder to reach places like, we'll just call them wings for now, even though that's clearly not what they are. Wings underneath the spikes, things like that. I thought this was only gonna take 20 minutes max, because I could have sworn that I got everything already, but of course, when I'm about ready to call it quits, or call it done, I find all of these other areas. Finish this up, or when I finish up all the customs I have set in relation to Pokemon, I'll actually have a whole team of Amiibo / Skylander, and it'd actually kind of be fun to bring over to conventions with. I recently made a Pokemon trainer cosplay. It's not nothing spectacular, but it's one of the more fun cosplays I've had. Because it's simple, easy to wear, and I get to bring all my Amiibos and actually incorporate them into cosplay. Last time when I went to UBCon, I had my Charizard, which I would show, but it's kind of in my display case right now. I have to take, and I got an amiibo stack on top of it, so it take too long, but I post pictures of it before. That guy, I had in like a little Pokeball, and it can result in some fun times. It's happening again. I told myself I'm just gonna look for the small details. I get carried away and try to scrub an entire floor with a toothbrush. I know that's not a common saying, but we should make it one. A lot of times when it comes to customs, less is more. Even if you got a small brush, just if you're doing only a little small area, only get like about... Here, let me see if I can show it to you. Get the very tip of it and spread it out like that. Realized I forgot. Oh, you know what? I have a napkin right here, which I'll use as a temporary means to dry my brush up, so I can just swap over. If I was using a different color, here, I'll show you what I mean. If I was using a different color, I wouldn't dare to do this. But since I'm just using the white again, I'll just dry it up so it doesn't make my paints too thin. And reapply it to the paint a little more. When I actually get done, I'm gonna have to stop what I'm doing and go over to the sink and rinse my brushes off. Worst case scenario, I can always come back and base it more later. For now though, I'm gonna try to use up the weight I have on anything that could use stuff. But I'm just gonna take some paint from the top and get some of the details I might not have been able to get with the other brushes. And then we'll move on to the next color. It's the same process really. In fact, anyone inspiring to do custom amiibos, I encourage you to actually start off your painting with Skylanders or similar toys. Only because you can find Skylanders a lot cheaper. Like, starter pack for an entire Skylander game that came with this guy was $5. And pretty sure I'm pretty sure I've seen these at like GameStop used for like $2 or $3 once. I don't remember the exact details. But like I have my Sharpedo custom is a Terrafin that I found for $5. Once by itself for $5, once in a 3-pack of Skylanders for $5. Completely new. Although I kinda like felt with the location there, but even if you look online, I'm pretty sure you can find Skylanders a lot cheaper than you can find Amiibos. So even if you have zero interest in the Skylanders series, it might be worth checking out just to have something cheap to practice your paints on. Although, I'm pretty sure you can also find $1 toys that would do the trick. I just have no experience finding them, so I wouldn't really be able to give you a good recommendation. The easy way out would be just to go where it ends. But I noticed Abomasnow kind of has like a zigzag, like he did with the feet, so I feel like I should at least give a good honest attempt to try and admit that. And done in quotes. I wish I was confident enough to show the grin I have on my face, because it's not perfection by any means, but I am actually pretty happy of how it's looking so far. And it tempts me so much to just get the other fist done so I can see how it looks as a whole. How many minutes do I have left? It's almost 11 o'clock though. Yeah, I'm gonna save it on the cliffhanger. Just give me the determination to finish it off. So close to done, and yet I took an extra hour longer than I was planning on. I'm gonna have to go back and clean up the areas I painted green already anyway, so I might as well save finishing it up for the next stream. I'll just have to prepare the amiibo I was gonna do for just to have it as a backup in case I finish this within the 2 hours for my next stream. So, not this. I forgot to clarify. I'm not gonna be streaming this Wednesday because I'm still gonna be getting adjusted to my job. But I'm gonna plan on trying to stream every Wednesday afterwards, 1 to 3 p.m. And I'll shoot out a video when I go live. I'll also be having Friday night streams on Twitch, but that's gonna be for video games exclusively. Anyone hanging around? sure to check out my social media. I have a Facebook page exclusively for the more artsy things I do, and I have a Facebook page for the YouTube stuff. So if you want to see the customs I do, you can check out Jacket K, which I'll put a link in the description of the video because I'm pretty sure no one's in the stream currently. And I'll put, you know what, I'll just put pages for all of them. Twitter, the 2 Facebooks, anything that could be remotely relevant. And I'll see you for the next stream for some more custom goodness. Take care, everyone. Bye.